Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Firstly, thank you for accepting my invitation and accepting to be on my show.
Oh, anytime. As much as you like to help people, I like to help people as just as much.
So we have a similar kind of a thinking.
Yeah.
So, so I thought to introduce you to my audience. So can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Julie Caliman. I am a fitness and health and wellness professional. I currently contract with Verizon. I have my own business and private clients as well. My goal is to help people to be as healthy as possible. And that's like
Awesome.
my mission in life to help others.
Awesome. You're from?
I am from Bridgewater, New Jersey, all the way in the United States.
Wow.
And I wanted to ask you, where in India are you from?
I'm from South India.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So I live in South
Nice.
India and my city name is Hyderabad.
Hyderabad, I know where that is. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been to India. I'd love to go. My husband's been there. So when COVID's actually all over, that would be nice. One of my places to go. I mean, so
You
I
have to
know
visit.
that
This is one
India's
of
been
the,
tough.
yeah, you have to visit. This is one of the beautiful places in the world.
Yeah. And I teach yoga, so for me to go to India, where yoga is from, would be really awesome. I really want to do that eventually.
Awesome. So you are into mental and physical fitness.
Right. I also teach meditation too, yes, and nutrition, and I do on you can't really see it's a private account, but for Verizon they have a couple of different Instagram accounts. I have taught meditation and fitness and cooking classes as well. So
Awesome. So, how many years you have been in this profession?
a long time. Let's see. Since I want to say 2003. Yeah, since
2003.
2003.
18 years.
Yeah. Yep. 18 years is a long time, right?
Yeah. So I'm
It's
sure.
changed a lot actually. It used to be less. Now it's because of social media, and it became more of like you're an entertainer and instead of helping people. So it's changed a lot. So I'm trying to do more of helping, but then you have to learn how to use, like the last year, I've learned so much just through technology, and as much as everything's been online, as you know, and it's been really exciting to make that change. Since we have a poor connection, I hope we'll stay on.
No, your connection is very good. I can hear you. I can
Okay,
see you
good.
very clearly. So you are
Okay,
into this
good.
profession from long time, like 18 years. You are into this profession. I'm sure in your profession, you might have seen a lot of people who are mentally, physically uh, fit and who are not fit.
Yes, and there's a huge connection between the both. As far as like eating disorders, most of them are actually, they're mental disorders, and it's just trying to get people to make the change and see why they want to make the change. A lot of people get in trouble with their health, whether it is that they're overworked. In the United States, people like before COVID were working way too many hours, even now, and they didn't have time for their family, themselves, and just to, I guess, keep up with everybody else and pay our mortgages, that we forget to take care of our health. That happens a lot. Or um, there's a lot of people who are caretakers I work with, like moms who put their parents first or their kids first, and they don't take care of themselves. So it's also like trying to change their thinking to put themselves first. So yeah, I do see a lot of and I do help a lot of people with meditation and fitness, but I want them to make the change. I want them to see that they can do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
can you tell me the an example uh, that you saw that you have experienced a person with extreme emotions or extremely unwell or extremely unstable or not in his own control or not in her control. Any that kind of example?
Well, I've been working with someone for, I guess, 2 years now. I don't really like to talk about my clients' personal lives because in the United States, that's like kind of a big no-no, but I will kind of give you a broad example. I've been working with somebody who had very high blood pressure, and she also was a little overweight, but she not too bad, but she was extremely stressed because her father was in the hospital, and also then he went into a nursing home, and she wasn't taking care of herself very well for like 2 years. And she came to me because the doctor said to her, hey, you have to make this change. And I mean, it wasn't like she was severely mentally ill, but she decided, people can't change unless they want to. So she decided now is the time, and she's doing awesome. I'm like looking at her. We're working out. I'm also, a personal trainer, and she's lifting weights. And I'm like, look at those arms. Like, you look good. Where did that come from? And she goes, I know. I feel so good. I'm taking care of myself finally. Um, and then there are people who are just, I'm not there. I can't give people really a lot of mental health help. I do Reiki. I don't know if you know what Reiki is, but it's like an energy medicine, and I can only guide people. So I do have a lot of people who have a lot of issues that come to me, and some of them don't stay with me, unfortunately, because I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. So really, people have to come to me because they really are ready to make that change. And my most successful clients stay with me for years. So,
Okay, so what are the common issues that you listen and that you experience? The common thing that most of the people have.
um, the most common problem that people have in the United States is the time. Yeah, that's it. They don't have the time to take care of themselves. They don't have the time to exercise. They don't have the time to buy the right food to eat well. And I really think it's the time, because they just feel like, well, I work 8 hours a day. I need time to relax. I need time to cook. I need to. So that's usually the main problem. But I also see a lot of people that they use their time to not help themselves, but to help others, which is fine. You could help others, but it's you have to teach people how to use their time the right way. So I have since COVID, I've had a couple of people I work with that they actually started going back to the office, but I work online with them in the morning. And it's kind of funny because I'm supposed to go back to the office in Verizon. It's a whole health and wellness center, but we do have like offices for all the health and wellness coaches there. And she said, well, when you go back, what will I do? Because this is working out perfectly for me. We train it from 8 to 8:30, and then I get dressed and I go into the office and have my day there. And when we go back, it's not going to work out as well. And I said, wait, we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll be in the office, and that just means you're just going to have to come into work a little bit earlier to train with me. But yeah, so that's really just making the time work for them, um, is really kind of like key. And being able to stick with that time. I have a lot of people like, oh, this came up, that came up. Well, I say to them, well, you have to make you a priority. So, and I am flexible with my clients. I understand like life happens, but yeah, so it's time really, making the time.
So what do you think that works for everybody, that everybody should follow in order to maintain their mental and physical health uh, fit?
Everybody's different. So um, that is not always an easy question to answer because some person may need more. Like I have clients who don't eat enough, like they don't have to, and you can actually gain weight because you're not eating right or not eating enough. And then I have clients that eat too much and, like everybody has something a little bit different about them, but as far as the main thing, as far as making it, they get just making themselves a priority. Those who want to do that are the most successful. Um, I don't know if that answered your question.
Okay, I got your answer.
Okay, good.
So, so what problems that you usually listen, and what like you said, everybody is different.
um,
Everybody have their own problems, and they have you give different treatment for different people.
I wouldn't call it treatment. Maybe I would call it advice, like it's treatment. We're not like it's very important to like you're not, I can't say treatment, but I do kind of write different exercise prescriptions out for different people. If that, um, like some people, they need to have for more cardio in their life, more, running or, getting their heart rate higher. And other people, it's more about like they need more muscle mass on their body to, so it's like everybody needs a little bit different as far as exercise and food. It's funny, we're all the same, but we all need different things. As some people have food allergies, some people, they're completely healthy, but they just want their upper body to be a little more built. But everybody, I can say, can benefit from meditation. That's really helpful.
So, what is the connection between body and mind?
Everything. We're all right. I never, so in the Western world, they always separated this from your whole body, but it's all connected, and I feel that after we all survived COVID, people are going to finally realize that here, like, hey, if my mind is healthy, my body will be healthy as well. I will, because there's huge connections to your emotions and your physical health. Like, especially like it's so funny. Something as old as yoga, right? They have this energy centers in the body, the chakras, and they all correlate to certain emotions in your body. So, and now they're finding that, hey, this is kind of true, but but still the way it is in the United States is they keep everything separate. You go to a doctor for your hand, your foot, your knee, your hip, or whatever, your heart, and then you have the head therapist, but it's all interrelated. And I think that the more people like practice gratitude and meditation and yoga, even Pilates, realizing how people have control through their body if they like move more controlled and fluid, using their core muscles. I mean, like just the overwhelm. There's a huge connection between the mind and the body, right? Because the mind controls everything in your body. I mean, there is a whole talking system. Um, yeah.
So, you're very lucky. You're great because only in your profession, I think you have that opportunity to observe different people's minds and their physical health, and you can understand and you can tell what works for them, right?
Yes, but sometimes it is a learning process because certain people I think they're a certain way because I can't really look into what's really going on in their body, and then you start to work with them and you're like, oh, they need this. Oh, like, oh, like most, a lot of people, they stand with their legs out or their feet. Like, imagine this is your feet instead of having their feet together or parallel, they're like this, which is kind of bad for your knees. And that's just because their hips are really just externally rotated. And but that's a lot of people, or it's not everyone. So, but I sometimes I notice that, and then some people don't have that issue. Does that make sense? Like it depends on, you know, what I want to say is I can only, it's sometimes I work with people 2 times and I see, oh, that's what they need. And then I work with them for a year and then they're on that, and then I see something else. So, yeah.
So why human have two legs, two hands, and one head, and this structure? Have you ever thought in this 18 years why?
Hmm. Why? I don't know. That's how we were made. That's how God made us, and or whatever you want to believe. And um, I like to think of it as like we have our hands to help others, to give back to ourselves and others. Our legs to keep going, and our face to show our expressions, and our smiles to taste, to see, to hear, and to really just live your best life.
So have you ever compared the human physical structure with uh, other species and try to understand other species' mental physical health?
It's interesting that you ask that question because I have a cat and a dog. And I do, I wonder, I'm like, like my dog, so my cat isn't doing very well, and I'm wondering if she's in pain. She has a cancer, and it's like I wonder what that feels like. I wonder if she knows that she's sick, that she's dying. She walks around like she's fine. We would know we were sick if we had tumors. God forbid we do. And then my dog, like, he's so fat because he keeps eating the cat food. And I keep pulling the food away from him. And I'm like, he doesn't understand. He doesn't have the thought process, he thinks I'm being mean. He can't see himself in the mirror, the way we see himself. So yeah, I guess I do, but I never thought of like, oh, let me look at animals versus people. But um sometimes you think like animals definitely, my dog is just like wants to please me all the time, and people have different motives. you know
So so after observing all these different people in your life having different mentalities, different physical uh, structures and all. So what do you think? What the universally? What is your view?
um my view is people are just people, and we're all trying to do the best that we can in this world, um that we live in, and everybody's world looks a little bit different per person, even though we're all living in the same world. And I just want us all to realize also we're all not that different, and anybody who wants to change themselves, better themselves, can. And we can control our health as much as we can. We can only do so much, though. Genetics is genetics. But we should take care of ourselves in a way that we feel good.
Can we enlarge or extend our lifetime if we give the food that is needed for the body?
Oh, for the whole life, what you should do
Yeah,
for
yeah.
yourself? Okay. One, one is learn how to eat healthy for you. know how active you are. Some days we have more active days where we're walking around more, not even just exercising, like just, be more active. I gotta move that thing. Okay. So eat right, be active, meditate, take time to breathe. That's so important. Like practice the pause. You know what that is? Like take time not to go ahead and react to something right away. Uh, Take a moment and breathe and think about it, sleep on it. Like, we all have different interactions with each other. So that's very important for your health to realize, okay, well, they want this from me, but I need to think about it. That, stop, practice that and just surround yourself with good people who are good for you, that lift yourself up and be able to lift other people up as well and make them feel good as well. Practice kindness and gratitude. Love your neighbors. And watch out for your kids, your children, and guide them the same way. Um, and just always make time for you. Give yourself a good hour a day for you. And if you feel like, oh, I exercised too much the other day, then give yourself an hour to read a book, or give yourself an hour just to practice meditation, or just do a light yoga practice. But do something you love, and you will always be happy and healthy as long as you're not overeating, as long as it's not food.
So when they come to you, they tell their physical activities in a day so that you understand it completely and tell them, give advice which works for them.
Yeah, most of my clients are sitting at a desk in front of a computer all day, and that's what I hear about mostly. Thank God that some people have standing desks and they stand up from now, every now and then. I do visit people during their meetings and get them out of their seat and do some stretches with people throughout the day. So that's what I'm hearing most of the time. It's about they're all being seated, and actually most people are, wherever you are in the world, holding their phone, like this, or on the computer like this, and then we're starting to evolve, like, be rounded. That's like called kyphosis, or having a kyphotic back. And it's just also just about standing up and being in the world and opening up your body and stuff. Rounding, this is going to get you back in the ground. So just, away from the phone, the computer, and just stretching. Yeah. I deal with a lot of people who are just, all day, or there are a lot of IT people, people in accounting, human resources, and we all have the same thing in common: is technology. Is it good for us? Is it bad for us? You could use technology for your health, too. So that, yeah.
It looks like you're telling to me I'm an IT guy.
That you need it? Is that what you said?
No, it looks like you're telling to me because I'm into IT, but I'm a
Yeah.
sportsman. I am a sportsman. I have a sports background. I played for state and national level cricket in my life,
Oh,
so I was more
good.
into physical thing most of my life, and from last 10 years I am into sports. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Good.
so I'm
Good.
managing, not completely, but I'm trying to. But I connected with what you said.
Yeah. I kind of worry about the world, with
Yeah.
us like this, all day. Um, I'm glad you're doing that and you're taking care of your health. That's a good thing, that you're going out there, doing what you love, playing cricket and enjoying and running around, and um, very popular sport actually on my street where I live. Um, I wish I understood it. I have had so many people explain to me this game, and they're like, and so gets to run this way. And I'm like, okay, I'll just watch. I'll learn.
So you're saying that there's a huge connection between the mind and body, and when you give the enough thing that is needed for the body, automatically your mind works and will be in your control, and you can do
Hmm.
what you wanted to do.
Yeah, so there's all these stages. There is a big correlation actually to making people make the change to take care of themselves, and they have like, so it goes on like from contemplation, and and then they're there, they made the change, and it's just like a switch that you just have to turn on and just go like, oh, I do feel better doing this for myself, and it's just like, it reminds me, my son didn't go to school for almost a year and a half because of this COVID. Everything was online, and he's 14. He doesn't like me to talk about, but I will. And he did not want to go back to school when it was time to back to school. And it's just a half day. And he didn't want, and once he had to make the switch, he was like, oh my gosh, I like it so much better. I didn't realize how much I needed this. It's just like getting yourself there. And then it just becomes like this, uh, it's kind of sad for me, but it just becomes this habit in my clients' lives, to the point where they go, and I hope that they don't need me anymore, that they can do whatever I taught them, and they can exercise and meditate and do Pilates, yoga, lift weights without me, just making it a habit, be educated in, how to do what you need to do safely. And then, like, I guess the best compliment is for me is when they say, I don't need you anymore, but thank you so much. I don't need you because I'm there. I know what I need to do. But when I need you, I'll reach out to you, and that's like the best thing ever, is when people make that switch, they learn what they need to do, they take care of themselves. Now, I do have some people who know what to do, but they just like somebody to talk to, or they just need me to push them, because they know they won't push themselves as hard, and that's a whole other thing too. So but really, just it's that switch that goes on, like, uh I have people who need to lose weight, and they're not going to go on a diet, and learn how to eat right unless they really want to lose the weight, so.
So tell me about the observation power and absorption power.
All right, could you repeat that? I didn't hear so well.
Tell me about the observation power and absorption power.
Oh, you ask such, like, great questions. Power and observation. Hmm. That is a tough one. So when I think of power, is like the power is within you, like but sometimes people have to absorb it, to realize that, like, they have to absorb knowledge to have that power. That is really a great question. You're a good interviewer. Um, but true. It's very true. Just, it's like you have to observe, right? And learn, absorb, right? And then realize you have the power to change.
Is it possible for a human being to collect all the positive energy? Absorb the positivity all the time?
Is it? Is it? I don't know. I
Is
hope
it
so.
is it
I,
possible?
I think human beings are just human beings. We're not perfect. We have our, we do have to feel our emotions, but you can always change how you feel. Like, there's that book, The Secret. Okay, so you can reframe how you could say, okay, this really crappy thing happened to me today, but you know what? I'm so glad it happened because I learned this, that, and the other. Um, for instance, when COVID started, it was like, oh, I have to work from home. How am I going to train my clients? How am I going to connect with people? I'm so lonely. Like, and I just changed how I did my job. And I'm so happy in some ways that it happened because now I'm like, oh, I really like working online better, and I've even learned how to use different platforms that I wouldn't have used. Also, all of a sudden, I have time to do spreadsheets, and I didn't know how to use the Excel and other, those. So I always think of the best way to change your energy is always just to always look on the bright side. And we're all human, and there'll be times where we feel low, and that it's natural to stay low for a little bit, like if you're grieving or whatever, but to stay positive is the best thing to do. Surround yourself with positive people and always just practice gratitude. And that's the only way that it's really possible to absorb all the happy, good energy, positive energy. So I have a friend who, no matter what, she's always smiling. And I said, why did they, your name should be Joy, like, why did they name you Carolyn? Like, so some people are more able to be more positive than others. Some of it is taught, some of it's self-taught. Some people just want to be happy, you know, and it's called making lemonade out of lemons, and just staying positive and taking in the sweetness in life.
Uh, can a growth mindset help a human being to be happy or keep moving in their life
If the
and can find
mindset is
positivity?
positive, if a group is positive, right, and it's contagious, that energy is contagious, positive energy, right? Well, so you see someone smile, you just want to smile back, right? So a group being in a positive group that's going to uplift you, yes, absolutely. But if you're in the wrong group of people, you're in the group of people who are drinking beer and smoking cigarettes, and I mean, you can be happy sometimes and have a drink or here and there, it's life. But if you're in the wrong crowd, that's going to bring you down. You know how there's some people that the only way they feel good is to put you down, so but it is possible that if you surround yourself with the right people, of course, you can uh, feel positive energy and be happy. I absolutely believe
Uh,
that, yes.
I got a beautiful answer, but my question is not that. But this answer is very
Okay.
good. This answer for other question. Uh, my
All
question
right.
was, my question was, can a growth mindset?
A group mindset.
It's not
No.
group, growing mindset.
Growth. Growth.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay. Can a growth mindset. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
yeah. Can a growth mindset helps a human being to be happy and can make him to feel like he's moving?
Yes. I always say if you're not growing, what are you? You're dying, right? So in this life, we need to grow somehow, right? So it's whether it's reading books, gaining knowledge, absolutely, absolutely. You need that growth mindset. Absolutely.
So constructive thoughts, productivity, and personality development. So all these comes with maintaining the good mental and physical uh, mindset.
Yes, and planning is all part of it, right? Like like putting it in your schedule. I had people like, I don't have time, I'm like, well, I see this time slot on your calendar. Do you still see me? Are you still there? Ooh, are you still there? Good.
Yeah,
All
yeah, I
right.
can see
I
you.
should
Yeah.
have put my phone on do not disturb. See, I'm still growing with the technology. What I was gonna say is, yes. what was the question again? I'm sorry, the phone rang and I got a little distracted.
Yeah, so my question was productivity, constructive thoughts,
Oh,
personality development. All these comes if you have if a person have a very good mental and physical health.
yes, yes. Because I mean, it's tough I mean, I see people who grow and they don't take care of their health, but they grow mentally, but then they can't continue to grow mentally because they don't take care of their health. Does that their over well-being? So it can only last so long if you're not taking care of your physical health. So it's all interrelated. Absolutely. Yes.
So and what works to be connected with people? The
Can you repeat
communication.
that again? Yeah.
What what works for people for a human being to be connected with people, not to have physical or verbal violence, have a very good positive and extremely positive connectivity with people. So what works to be connected
What
and to
were?
be, yeah.
Um, so that so you were asking what works for people to have a good connection, a positive connection with others? Is that what you're asking? Um, to be positive yourself, right? To be positive yourself and just to be kind as well, being kind to others. People really respond to that, but really just it starts with you.
So my another question is why God created people who are not thinking in the same way.
Wow, that's I have you wow. Why did God? I don't know. I'll have to ask God that and see what he says. I think maybe because everybody is brought here for a reason and they have discovered their reason why they're here.
This misunderstanding is because of not understanding what each other thinks.
Not understanding what other people think. Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So can you ask that question again? So why does all right, ask that whole question again so I understand.
This question is connected with the previous question. So
Okay.
different thinking people are there in the world. Everybody have their
Mm-hmm.
own way of thinking, their own direction of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is saying so. Is it possible to maintain the connectivity with the people if they are going in their own ways?
You mean is it possible if people oppose each other to kind of connect? Is that
Yeah,
is that kind
yeah.
of what you're saying? I think I I, I want to be positive and say yes, and I think there is with communication and understanding that we all kind of want the same thing. It's just which is love, peace for our family. But yeah, there's going to be times that we don't agree in this life, and that's I guess it would I guess that's why we're here to figure it out, right? To figure it out. That's a really tough question for me to answer. I wish I've been searching for that answer actually, trying to figure out like how will we get these people to get along? How will we? But I guess if we all just like, you know, just stay positive and that whole thing about your mindset, I think if we can all like kind of release more of this negative emotions we carry around, maybe that would help.
So how to be positive in the negative situation?
How to be positive in a negative situation. Just be you. Smile, be you, and don't take like other people's negativity in. Don't take their negativity into your heart. Like if you're feeling like or if it's not even other people, it's just this negative situation, it's okay to feel what you feel. And just maybe sometimes for me, the best thing is like, okay, I need to step back. I'm going to find a nice, comfortable seated position and just start to breathe a little bit and just come back to the inside of who I am, connecting my mind with my heart, my body, and just breathing and just coming back to the things that make me happy inside.
I think you took a profession which is very very important actually, which every not everybody gets that opportunity in their life as a human being, because understanding understanding the physical and the mental health, and understanding why, what, where, how, all these questions, you will have answers. You are always searching answers for it, and you are trying to tell which suits for them and which makes them to come out from their negative negative thoughts or negative mindset. So I'm sure you'll be very proud to have uh, you know do what you're doing.
I love what I'm doing. There's that saying, like, if you love what you do, it's like you never worked a day in your life, So I feel very blessed and honored to help others and meet new people and learn about other people. And like just like what you do, you're help you I feel like you're helping me today and I'm helping you. um and you asked some very excellent questions, so I really it made me think a little bit deeper. So it maybe even will help me actually in my profession to go a little bit deeper in why somebody thinks a certain way or how to change somebody to be more positive. But yeah, I feel so blessed and that I get to do what I love every day. I really do. Yeah.
So what is the best compliment that you got in your life?
Uh, I don't want to be like all like braggadocious or whatever, but let's see. The best compliment I ever got is, well, there's been times where I moved away. What will I do without you before all of this technology? But I guess the best compliment is that I have to think is just that people are taking care, like changing, making that change, and that um I I feel so funny answering this. And I mean, I have people write my boss where I work or whatever, but saying, oh, how I've helped their team and through this hard time and blah blah blah. But for me, it's not about the compliments. I guess the best compliments for me is when I see somebody change and for the better and grow. To me, that's the most like the best compliment that I have ever received, is just to see somebody just totally do a 180 in their life and take control over their health and their mind and their body.
Okay, so in your 18 years of experience, what you have, if I ask you a question, so what you become after understanding, having all these information in your mind? If I ask you to tell in single line, what you will tell about it, your experience?
I don't, it's funny. After listening to you, it's not like your question. It's not like what you become, but what you're becoming and how, and I feel like I became a person that I've always been, the person who wants to care for people, you know, but not just care, but help others. And I feel like I'm still learning and um, I'm still growing as an individual. And I think I'm the same person I always was. I'm just a little bit better, just because I've had the experience.
So you're observing, you when people come to you, you observe their energy. if they are sending
You
some
know, I
negative
wouldn't.
energy, you observe that.
No, I used to. I have a Reiki practice as well, and that used to exhaust me because it's all like working with energy, and I've learned to kind of put up like a little shield so I don't have negative energy from people. I listen, I don't take it. I don't take it. I listen and I help them maybe like change their how they think or their mindset, but I don't yeah, I really try not to let their energy in, but I do feel like most of my clients become my friends too. So you do have to be you have to be compassionate in what I do, but you don't have to take in negative energy. Did I answer your question? Yeah.
Yeah. So thinking depends on
Could you repeat yourself one more time?
thinking depends on.
Thinking depends on a lot of things. All right, so ask me that question and like it's connected to the other question. Is that what
No,
you're
it's a
saying?
it's a new question. It's a new question.
Thinking
You're
depends
thinking.
on a lot of things. It depends on how you grew up, right? Right? If you grew up with a lot of negative people, you're going to think negatively. But if you change that, you'll be more positive, right? Thinking depends on your environment, things coming in and out of you. Um, Thinking depends on what you'll believe and what you won't believe, right? Um, but really, just thinking depends on just being, just taking a moment to be. If you don't take a moment to breathe and be, you're not going to think positively.
And what is your driving force? What is your motivation? What makes you to wake up in the morning and start doing things?
It's just I've been so. I mean, finding this career, I just feel like I it just this gets me out of the bed in the morning that I can help change somebody's life. That's my driving force is just being able to share with people what I love to do, how I take care of myself, how I can help them through what I used to do or still do, or things that I've changed in my life that I can show them how to change. I just from the time I was very young, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted to help others. And I guess that's what gets me out of bed in the morning is that I'm happy to help and serve others. And by showing them what I do to take care of myself and what I've learned through my studies to help them live better lives.
So how many brains have been affected with the positivity because of your presence?
I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. I hope many. I hope many. But I hope that what it's been affected, that it's not just positive, but I hope that it's something that they don't have, I hope it's just something that they can use for the rest of their life, really. Yeah.
And how many are going to be affected?
I think that, right, it's like positive energy is contagious, right? I like it to be, this sounds very bad. But I'm gonna say it. It's funny. I like to be as contagious as this pandemic in the world that it would change everybody so we don't have it anymore. Like
Wow.
I
Yeah.
wish it would be that contagious, but that that I could help others and then they can help others and then they can help their children. All right, I'm not going to let them eat that cake anymore. We'll have more fruit and vegetables in our house. A little cake sometimes is okay though. But what else? I That's kind of it. I just hope that people just live their healthiest and happiest.
The way you said makes me to understand how positive you are. The example that you took, like very big, very big. You want to send the positive energy uh, in a very big percentage. That shows, how much energy that you have and how much you want to change.
Oh, thank you. You have great energy too, and a great smile.
So thank you very much for answering to a lot of questions of mine, giving your valuable time to me, and I'm very happy for your presence and for your words.
Oh, thank you so much. I really enjoyed my time with you. Thank you for asking me about to do this with you. I really appreciate it, and I loved hearing your perspective and your questions, and I'm going to think about them more because they were pretty deep. I liked it. And it made me, you don't realize how infectious you are. And your energy is just as infectious and in a good way, right? In a positive way that you're helping other people to think too. So I really enjoyed this.
So I got affected because of the people like you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, the
That's very
beautiful
nice.
people who are, who filled their mind and body with complete positivity. They affected me, and I'm the reflection of yours.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
But you are doing great job. You are making people change their making their decisions, and coming out from the bad things and making them do things positively. And it's a very very great job. And
I
I don't
actually
think,
think they're doing it. I'm just giving them the little nudge to do it. Like I'm going, hey, you can do it.
yeah, but that is very very important. That is the only thing which makes them to like, that is a driving force for them. That is, so you are very important, and I hope you do this, you continue this, and you will learn more from people, and you change them. And I hope because of your presence, this planet, this world will learn something.
Me too, and not just with their. I would like the whole planet to heal as well, right? But it starts within here too, right? So
Yeah, the big percentage that you have, I want you to send that complete on the world so that this COVID goes and becomes complete. I want you to make this world heaven. So I hope you
well,
do
you
that.
are helping me, so and I hope and I appreciate it.
Can I have you seen any videos of mine on YouTube before?
I'm going to look. I look quickly when you asked me for the interview, and I'm like, oh, he seems pretty good. I'm gonna really go take a look now. So yeah,
Okay. So can I put this video and audio clip on my YouTube channel, social media, internet, podcast,
absolutely, yeah, sure,
website, everywhere,
absolutely.
with
That's
your
very nice of
permission?
you. Sure, absolutely, yes, you do.
Yeah. I will meet you again virtually someday when you're free. I have
Sure.
more questions about human emotions, expressions, communication, connectivity, disconnection, negative energy,
Mm.
negative versus positive energy.
I
So
feel like
more,
you may know more than me with those questions.
because that is your profession, I don't think you got a person who asked this kind of questions. But I have like about the planet questions. I will ask you whenever you're free. When you give me
Sure,
opportunity again to talk with you, I will ask you
I would love
questions.
to do that anytime.
Yeah, maybe when you're free again, I will talk with you.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Anytime. Take care.
take care.
Thank,
Bye.
thank you. Be well.
You too.
Take care.